In the bottom right now in the gold, folks, he is for Shopify Rebellion, the Terran player, Byun. In the upper left, in the blue, he took down Terran to get here. Massive upset. He is for PSISTORM, Gerald. So in the setup, as Gerald is the significant underdog, and that cannot be understated. Gerald has taken some maps off Byun in the last month or so, but that has been a slow percentage of the maps that they have played. We saw Gerald get smashed by Future 5-2 in a show match I did. Actually, two of them. I think one of them was 5-2, one of them was 5-3, something like that. The games weren't super close. The question we ask ourselves now is what is Gerald going to do to put a spanner in the way that Byun wants to play enough to give Gerald a good chance to win? And actually, he's gonna run around the SCV. No, it's gonna get repaired. Okay. But of course, the probe is locked in, so probe will eventually go down, whether to an SCV or whether to the Reaper. With that being said, I do think it's almost worth it to just go and kill that SCV. Right, it had I mean, I guess you mass repair it, so it's not really that much of a deal. And Reaper on the other side, probes are going to get pulled. This is a very quick Reaper. A second Reaper isn't. That's interesting. So first Reaper's out. I don't think it got much of anything yet. Only probe was the scouting probe on the other side, but this Reaper Hellion pressure, we saw it from Vindicta earlier today, and in general, I've been seeing it more and more. It seems to be a response to, well, really just some Protoss greed. As Protoss openings have been getting greedier and greedier and greedier, trying to give themselves a little bit better of an opportunity to get aggressive in the mid game. So you just run in with effectively a TVT opener, 2 Reaper and a Hellion, 2 Reapers, 3 Hellions, something like that. And if the Protoss player is playing as greedy as they have been playing recently, it represents a decent amount of threat. So for now, the Adept, they are on the high ground. It does damage to the Reaper, but of course not enough to kill it. We're going to see Byun play Ring Around the Rosie. Let's see, though. Is his pockets full of Posey? It looks like they'd answer maybe yes, as he's going to lose the Adept, but... Oh, the Reaper. Well, at least one Reaper will go down. And Hellion, there we go. So even then, trading a Reaper for an Adept, that is, just in terms of cost effectiveness, that is in Byun's favor. He scouts in the natural. He's going to look at the main base now, trying to see what he can see, and he's going to get a scout of everything. Okay. Yeah, you lose a Reaper, you lose a Hellion, but you get that guaranteed scout. The amount of HP on those 3 units together is pretty high. Early game units don't kill them super quickly. So if you go and you dive in with Reapers and Hellions, you are going to be able to see what's happening in the main base. So beyond his follow-up, well, what a mine drops. We saw that in the production tab from a little bit ago as the Reaper continues to exert map control. I mean, it does not kill any of these stalkers, but it's hard to kill unless Byun is not paying attention. So Gerald, he micros beyond it to make sure that he guarantees that kill, but is he paying attention in the main base? Stalker warps in, Wind of Mines drop, and as they burrow, well, 1 probe left behind, the rest of them run away, and Byun, he's doing the annoying thing. He unburrows, he reburrows, he unburrows, he reburrows, and now he's probably going to commit to it because there's a Stalker here, and into the natural he will go. This one is Gerald paying attention? He is. So, looks like going to be 2 shots, and Wind of Mine escapes, maybe? No, one more shot, medevac falls. So actually, well handled there by Gerald. Well handled by Gerald indeed. So now Gerald, that he's shut down the first level Shut down the first level of aggression. He's going to be able to take his third base and move on to the next level of tech. Of course, this was technically a 2-gate blink expand coming in from Gerald. So we're seeing the Robo Bay pop up, charge on the way as well. And he's got his third gate now, and he's got that fourth on the way. And these Stalkers for right now, they're going to see there's not a lot in the main base. In fact, he's going to see the tank is unsieged. So Gerald, he's going to see that the stim is quote-unquote available, but the repair would be too powerful. So instead, he kills off a couple SCVs. And no, that's actually a yeah, he's absolutely going to jump on top of that one. Tank goes down, blinks back, doesn't really lose all that much. As an auto turret in the main base gets 4 probes, 5 probes. So this is a little bit more what Gerald is looking for. Now, the shield battery is keeping the probes in the natural alive. But yes, Byun lost the tank. He actually got much better damage to Gerald's economy. We gotta pay attention, of course, to the fact that this build from Byun. It's gonna really start to find its power in about a minute. So for right now, finds himself supply blocked a little bit. This bio does not have stim, and there are no medevacs out just yet, just about done. So Byun can't really fight into these Stalkers. They volley down one Marine, volley down a second Marine, blink back. It's just infinite damage. But now, as stim is just about done, as these medevacs are out, there's a lot more threat on the map for Byun. So he's going to take advantage of that one immediately. Double drop on the left side, as he is taking advantage of the fact that yes, this is Moondance. You can take your third base on location very easily. Well, I guess your 2.5 base. Because this is, of course, missing 2 mineral patches, one gas. It just doesn't mine quite as efficiently. But there we go. Drop into the third base here. Stalkers warp in, but it's not really enough Stalkers here on the warp in necessarily. Stalkers moving forward, though. They're going to get 1 medevac. And, I mean, well, part of this army is going to be able to be evac out. And unfortunately, you leave a Marauder behind. And really, Marauders are the key unit in this matchup in general. But still, it gets a little bit more damage. It kills off a couple Stalkers, gets some Zealots. I don't think it got that many probes, though. Yeah, no, not really. Oh, this is great. This positioning from Gerald. I don't even think he saw anything, but this medevac drop here, Gerald's gonna find it, and it's dead. Well predicted by Gerald in this setup, and that means that Byun has not been... That drop found something, but he did trade half the drop for it. This is just not a setup where Byun has been able to really exert his will on the map. I mean, we do see him go and not commit to the 3-1-1 in its full strength, in its full aggressive strength, I should say, as he got that third base run on like 6:45, 7-minute start. So really, the only aggressive option that Byun has had has been these drops. In the first drop, you know, the first Widowmine drop got 2 probes, and Byun lost the medevac, so very much not worth. We had the Raven harass, which was actually very effective. Raven got 5 kills, but the Raven's already back home, so it really was a one-time thing from Byun. And then the Widowmine drop attempted round 2 got shut down. So yeah, Byun has gotten a little bit of damage done, but really it's not all that much. So it just means that the powerful play goes on. 4th base on the way for Byun. His +1 armor just about done. 2nd eBay on the way, and it'll be ready for +1 armor to be done, for the armor to be done. So from that perspective, I mean, Byun's 2-2 is going to be on the way. Decent timing. As now with Ghosts hitting the field, enhanced shockwaves as well. This is an army that Byun can absolutely fight with. And we got to remember here, Byun is a player that hates building Vikings. It is just an anathema to the way he wants to play. He says, I can win with pure bio, with splits. It's going to be fantastic. But he's not in a good spot here. He's got to run. He's got to find a way back into his main base, because this army, from that position that he's in, is not a fight that Byun can tank. So Gerald, good idea. He's going to run up onto the high ground right now, looking to split this army apart. There we go. He's going to find it on the left side. Ideally, he triggers Raven energy. It looks like Byun is going to be able to get this army back home, taking minimal losses. As Gerald's saying, I think it was maybe the correct call to in fact into that, but I don't want to get surrounded. We saw what happened when Nina played. and or I should say when in the Nina Vindicta game, where Nina found herself onto the north side base, the 12 o'clock base, trying to attack into the third, and Vindicta just hit the full 360 surround, because that is what that map allows. And if Gerald was not perfect on taking one engagement than the other, that was absolutely a position where Gerald could have had his army sandwiched and killed. So respect the cautious play, especially in this game where you are up. You don't really need to do anything. You know, you have... Well, do we have disruptors out? Yeah, we have disruptors out. You have 2 types of splash. You're adding a third. You got +2 attack. I mean, yeah, armor is a little slow, but it's upgrade parity right now. Zealous run forward, big one of my shots, and ghost snipes as well, just killing off as much as they can. What I would like to see, though, from Gerald, actually, considering Byun's reticence for building Vikings, go up to 4 Colossus. Build that solid 1A force. Make Byun win this micro battle that he should not be able to win is now. EMP is on this army. Byun looking to move forward, but Disruptor, or excuse me, Force Fields are going to be very nice here as well. Disruptor shots get decent shots, and now Armor Shredder Missile on the army, and it's just evaporating. This does not feel like it's something that should happen, but there's nothing that keeps this army alive. These are effectively -3 armor units. Storm is going to knock down the rest of this, but we will see the Colossus stay alive, and well, all the medevacs get out. But anti-armor missile coupled with no armor upgrades. Okay, Byun. There's nothing in this army. But armor shredder missile coupled with the upgrades that Byun has, coupled with the lack of any armor upgrades for Gerald right now. Yeah, the army of Gerald was taking a lot of extra damage from that fight. Now he's going to try to move in, though, once again. But he's now attacking into a planetary. The concave from Byun's pretty nice. So we will see, I think the missile tower, no, the sensor tower does go down. And Gerald trying to split the map open a little bit. Byun has been very 1A-ish as the Disruptor shot gets a couple Marauders. He's been very 1A-ish with this army. He's got his entire army together, not really a lot of multitasking. So Gerald's saying, well, maybe I can find something with these Zealots. But Moondance is a camping map. In fact, Moondance is, it's rather topical. It's rather fitting that Moondance came out during the summer, because it is absolutely... If StarCraft 2 players went to summer camp, it's on Moondance. But Gerald got this 5th base fully mostly operational, waiting on the gas. So he says, you know what, my money is in a great spot. I've had a pretty good income advantage really for this entirety of this game. So I can go, yeah, absolutely. Let me add +1 air. Let me add a Stargate or 3, and we're gonna move into carriers behind this now. Gerald is mostly maxed out, so what we're going to see him look to do is slowly... Oh, okay, I like that. He's going for Tempest instead. We saw what can happen when you go to carriers and you're not quite ready. The Terran can look to hit when you're, solid 12, 18 of your army supply is just sitting there in production. Well, okay, EMP means that this defensive storm is not going to be all that successful, but there's another one where that came from. And Gerald, though, he's moving most of his army north side. Byun's got a big clump of gold on the bottom. Byun's got to be careful. He will see these stalkers. Stalkers blink forward and boost out. So medevacs should stay alive as Byun's a little bit maroon, but he's forcing his... And he's just doing a great job of yoking him, forcing his opponent onto really every side of the map. Your Disruptor on the right side, as we're going to see a bunch of snipes go down on the Zealots. The Disruptors are just dead. There's not going to be a lot saving them here as Byun micros away from the Stalkers are. More Disruptor shots go off. Byun, he picks up some, but those are massive shots. And Stalkers, they get a couple of the medevacs as well. So Byun, I don't think that was the play. He loses the Colossus. He gets the Colossus. That's nice. But he doesn't get the base. It's very low. I feel like the play would have just been to micro away from the Disruptors, but instead, I mean, this drop from earlier that Gerald was aware of, it finds its way in, and now it's going to be a big carrier reveal as well. So the drop on the high ground, I mean, I don't think there's enough anti-air to really deal with these. Well, actually, it's only 9 interceptors. But there we go. Yeah, the Marines are all down. Storm dropping on top of this army as well. So Byun, I feel like just letting him sit there on the attack is maybe not the best play. He's going to, there we go. He's going to drop into middle line, just targets workers down. He says, you know what? I literally cannot kill these carriers, but I can kill a lot of workers. So maybe I can kill some other... So, oh, man. Get the High Templar as well, but he's not going to. 21 workers fall. Now, Byun, he's got the 6 o'clock base. He's got the 3 o'clock base. Sitting here on six bases pretty soon. He finds himself up about 12 workers. But we do need to see him transition to the next level of his tech, because right now, carriers have +1, Tempest as well. But he's just building more medevacs. He says, you know, I want maneuverability in this map. I don't want to ever fight this army head up. I just want to be able to get the flanks. I want to be able to force you back home. I don't want you ever to be able to move on the map. But the problem is that Gerald is already on the map. He's already able to establish his position there. Actually, I mean, there's not a lot on the ground. BMP is there. Disruptors don't really land where they need to. More shots go off, but they're just going to get targeted down by Byun. And now Byun says, okay, well, actually, these Tempests are way exposed, so that's going to be a dead Tempest. It's going to be a second dead Tempest eventually. Byun gets targeted down. There we go. I'm not sure what killed 11 probes. Looks like, okay, Liberator denied the mining on that, the 12 o'clock base. So Tempests fall. Carriers stay alive. Looks like some tanks died. A couple disruptors fell. But at the end of the day, again, Byun gets massive economic damage. He keeps his base alive for the most part. I mean, he loses a couple SCVs. No, he didn't even. Those are the 4 SCVs are just repairing this. So doesn't really lose. He loses some repairs. We will see this Liberator fall. And +2 air attack just about done. Win a mine shot. Good split there from Gerald. And Byun again. His army, he has this defensive army that he is just bare bones. He's got a lot of stuff. Big clump of gold. Looking to stim out in this position where there's just not a lot defensively anymore. Notice the EMP's on the base. He says, no, you don't get to recall onto this. You got to make a decision here, Gerald. And Gerald says, okay, that's fine. I'll just go aggressive. Splits there from Byun are going to be pretty nice, but there's just so much here. Storms as well. With it's 4 carriers, there's just not enough anti-air for Byun right now. So we lose the base. A lot of SCVs fall. And Byun, he is going to a full base trade here. We need to see EMPs on these High Templar, or the storms are going to be really insurmountable. Now, the recall is rather nice. Byun gets a lot. He gets a lot of these interceptors now. Microing backwards. Zealot looking for the flank, but it's only one. Is Byun, he's not going to be able to pick up the rest of this. The Stalkers are too close. So he's healing them up as much as he can as he rotates the rest of his army defensively. Stalkers blink forward, 1 medevac. Luckily, it's the empty one goes down, but there we go. Now they're getting absolutely shredded here. Carriers with interceptors are powerful beings indeed. It looks like Byun will be able to unload anyways. And what type... Okay, good blink there on the Widowmine. I was going to say, what type of splash do we have from Gerald? It looks like how many disruptors? 4 disruptors. That seems to be enough, and 2 storms. So Byun cannot reasonably take this fight. Not with the army that he has, not without a superior concave. And I don't think that he has that one, so we're going to have to see what he's going to be able to do. The disruptor... Oh no, Gerald clicked the long one, so that's a bit unfortunate as the ghost will fall. Big EMPs on this army. Second set of EMPs, and that means I think... Looks like, from what I can see, there's only 1 storm in this army. That unlocks the fight a little bit more for Byun. But still, it's these 4 disruptors that are really causing problems. Actually, Byun's out of position. He's looking for the flank. Disruptor shot doesn't get a lot. Stalk's blowing on top of the planetary. It's going to go down. Byun, he's looking for it. The storm really does whiff. In fact, I think it does a decent amount of damage to the interceptors. Disruptors, again, not finding the fight they're looking for. Byun stimming forward here, getting the disruptor going down. Shot on the backside, though. And this should be enough for Gerald right now. But actually looks like we're out of interceptors. Yeah, they're all down. Byun stims forward on top of the bio. Now here, you got to run, Gerald. We got to hide. And yes, we do have disruptor shots forcing Gerald out. He will force Byun back. So Gerald, he has to run, he has to hide, and he is able to run. He is able to hide here. More disruptors join the fray. Byun gets on top of it. Disruptor shot on the backside gets a lot of the bio. Stalks blink forward. I don't know if that's necessarily the best play, but they're just buying time. They're HP buffers at this point for the interceptors that are joining the fray. Once again, 21 on the field. Byun on 16 Marines and a Ghost. He does not have the anti-air to deal with these carriers anymore. But it looks like Gerald backing up. He says, you know, I'm in a great position. I broke 2 of your bases, Byun. In fact, this orbital is not even from the main technically, but it was one of the extra orbitals that Byun got. And what is this? How many High Templars is this? 5 High Templar, 5 storms sitting behind this army. Oh, Byun gets a good scan. EP from the high ground? EP from the high ground. Yes, he gets it. Okay, so that's a lot of splash removed from this army. SCV's getting it full to keep this base alive. Now Byun stims forward. And the interceptors not all fighting at once. The Marines are doing actually a fantastic job shredding right on through with them. Archons will fall here as well. Great fight there from Byun. EMP on the high ground really unlocked this fight. And now we're going to see him target down 1 carrier, getting a second. No, not quite. And Disruptor's actually caught in the middle of the map here. Byun moves forward. That's 2 Disruptors for like 5 Marines. You absolutely take that if you are Byun. And if we look at resources lost, yeah, Byun's been trading a little bit worse. Anyway, I shouldn't say that. Yeah, not yet. Byun has been trading a little bit worse. So as Gerald is able to establish the superior economy, well, I say superior economy. There's only one fully mining base from Gerald. He's at his bases just a little bit longer. It's really impressive that Byun is still alive in this game with how many times it just felt like Byun hasn't quite had the army that he's needed. Part of it is maybe Gerald hanging back a little bit too much. Part of it is Byun forcing Gerald back a little bit so that Disruptor gets a decent shot. But it's one thing defending against Gerald. It's another thing getting aggressive into him is, oh, those are actually some fantastic EMPs. So now notice what Byun's doing here. He's microing backwards, just dragging the interceptors off. And now there's not nearly as many as there once were, but still 32 to 49 Marines. The Disruptor shot on the backside doesn't really get much of anything. But Byun, micros backwards. And less and less interceptors. Now he steps forward. Oh, but there's the storms. There's the Disruptors. And again, the army of Byun melts. It forces it to run away. Byun trying to keep these Marines alive as long as he can, but they're just running. They're just hiding. They cannot take this fight. This drop, though, gets 9 probes. SCV's in that pull. Byun, got to keep this base alive. At this point, his economy in the dregs, but so too is Gerald's, in all honesty. And it looks like this orbital will fall. This was the one from the main, by the way, so now it is only 4 bases, really, for Byun. He continues to find value, though, continues to deny these outlying bases of Gerald. Really, it is only the north base that Gerald has mining at this point, so if Byun's able to take, like, 1 fight, maybe he can do something. But it's one of these scenarios where if Gerald takes 1 fight, he's also going to be in a fantastic spot. So this army already stimmed a little bit, gets on top of 1 carrier, knocks it down. Now micros backwards, fights the interceptors. It's almost like you don't want to fight the interceptors at this point. There are 33 of them, and the Marine count is just not high enough, really. Another base will fall, but now Byun gets on top of another carrier, targets it down, backs up here. Disruptor shot not going to get what it needs. Byun now into the corner. He's going to find it. Disruptor falls. Interceptor count now down to 12. Byun, he's found the position. Gerald has overstepped himself. The entire army on the ground will go down. No recall here anymore. High Templars fall. Disruptors fall, but the carriers look like they will be able to get out as this drop from Byun continues to find value. He got the base on the left side. So Byun, now, how many orbitals does he have? That Disruptor's not going to get much of anything. He's going to have to recall, and I think it's just going to go down anyways. Yes, it will. So now Byun, technically an orbital here, but he's not mining from it, not really. Orbital here, 27 out of 6. 12 out of 12. He's not mining all that much, but he can move this orbital somewhere else. But what this does, really, it unlocks the north base from Gerald. Byun is going to be able to knock this down, which means that Gerald's economy is going to be even worse than Byun's is. Carriers are going to try to find their way home, and they have a lot of interceptors now, 26 of them. But it's 43 Marines, and there's just not enough splash to force Byun to have to micro against it anymore. Stimming on top of these stalkers, finding what he can, and with a shield battery overcharged, I mean, it's not even enough. The burst damage from this bio is too damn strong. Byun makes the comeback happen, and he takes game 1. The bottom left side of the map in the gold, up 1-0 here in this semi-finals. He's Byun. In the upper right, in the right, he led for so long, but not quite long enough. It's Gerald. Game 1, we saw Gerald really take no damage from Byun's pressure. Shut it down, shut it down, shut it down. He got a tank, which was fantastic. And then Byun said, okay, that's fine. I'm going to go late. And then Byun goes and he says, okay, that's fine. Yeah, you know, whatever. And Gerald opts into it as well. And then Gerald gets his extra bases. He gets carriers up. He gets all the tech he could want. And Byun says, that's fine. I'm going to go far down. I'm going to have problems. I'm going to lose a couple of fights. But have you considered that my micro is really good? And I'm going to be able to kite the interceptors away from the army. I'm going to be able to do all these small things. And I'm going to beat your late game carrier, 6 carrier storm disruptor army with Bio Ghost. And this, by the way, is Byun on an A. So this is Byun on a bit of a server disadvantage, which, I mean, so is Gerald, right? The only reason I bring this up is because Byun, in my mind, is just so incredible at... he's so good at sniping disruptors, but that's only when he's on the green server. When he's on other servers, he loves to overstep himself and run into a disruptor shot and then not have it work. He goes in, he loses entire, like the amount of games I've seen him lose on NA in the North American server in particular, just because his read on where his disruptors need to be, or whether he can kill it or not, just, it's good if he's on 0 ping. It's not quite good if he's on 75 ping. Really, that just makes it a little bit more impressive. To me, at least. So game 2, it will be Phoenix play from Gerald to start things here, which, you know, I don't know. I'm of two minds against a player like Byun. I'm of two minds against a player like Byun, because on the one hand, you can go and Byun is very much a player that likes that enjoys his multi-drop play. He enjoys his tech-heavy openings, his Hellion drops, his Widowmine drops, things like that. And well, Phoenix are fantastic against that. But Byun is also one of the few it's not quite as uncommon now, but Byun was one of these players that really was pushing forward the 3-backs meta, the 3x stim timing. And also, he's got a cool build where he goes like 2 barracks into a command center into a 3rd backs. And he hits with a slightly less powerful 3-backs timing. Well, he has a super quick 3rd, but none of that is happening this game because it's just 7 Marines in a medevac, putting pressure on the 3rd base. They're going to force it to cancel because Gerald has committed to Phoenix play, and first of all, he doesn't want to show this yet. Second of all, 3 Phoenix does not fight 7 Marines. So it will just be Phoenix Storm, or a Phoenix Charge, excuse me. Which that is a style that allows you to be very active on the map. It's a style that allows you to control the tempo. And if I'm playing against Byun, you know, that makes a decent. I mean, in general, this is where the Korean meta has been going. This whole we're gonna control the tempo. It's gonna be fine. Ooh, he's gonna find the Raven. Doesn't even get an auto turret off. Not that it would have mattered. Raven going down means there will be no anti-armor missile. The Zealots will be exactly as tanky as they normally are. But again, Phoenix is going to get found out here on the bottom left side. Or more importantly, Phoenix is going to scout out the move out from Byun. Charge will be done in about 20 seconds. So that is the time really that Gerald needs to bite. He's going to get this tank eventually, but actually massive repair on the SCV. It's only 3 Phoenix. He's gonna bring in another one now. So it looks like the tank, no, he won't. The mass repair is too damn good. Now it's gonna have to be a full recall, which Byun will see. He says, okay, well, time to back home. I can take this fight without the Phoenix. I can not take this fight with the Phoenix. The lifts are too powerful. My army is too small. So Byun rotates back home. He finds himself really just by dint of his pressure and by delaying that 3rd base a little bit, he finds himself up 4 workers. And remember, his timing is about a minute and a half from now. When stim, combat shields +1s are all done. Now the Phoenix is going to arrive a little bit more. One takes a little bit of damage, and one of the downsides, I guess, of this style, and it's not like we see it all that much anyways, is the fact that there is no snipe on tech. Now, occasionally you can snipe a stim or something with Blink Stalkers. It is something that does not happen all that often, but it does. It means that Byun has to position maybe a little bit more defensively. As it stands, Byun doesn't really have to defend his main base all that much. It means that he can bulk up his army in the natural. It means that his pushes can be a little bit more powerful because, I mean, the Phoenix, every lift on a SCV that they do is one less lift on a tank for the hold. So 3rd base now on the way is Byun aggressing forward here. He's not going to commit to this super hard. Again, we can tell this because of the timing of his third base. Getting it at 650-ish does tell us he's not quite as committed to the push. And realistically, Gerald here, he does have charge. But that means, I mean, this is actually a significant army supply lead for Byun right here. Gerald needs like another warp in or two as Zealots to really make this happen. But a good lift on the Widowmine. One will fall. Tank set up though, and well, Bio stims in. Shield battery overcharge is popped. Zealots trying to run forward, getting on top of things. Widowmines, they're going to go off massively, but the tanks will get targeted down kind of. The Stalker's actually not fighting. Gerald miscontrolling this a little bit, and we talked about how Byun was not going to get aggressive because, well, he got a more greedier third. If Gerald just does not have what he needs to defend, then there's nothing stopping Byun from getting aggressive. Here's the Zealots run forward into the meat grinder. This third base will fall, and you run back into the tanks. I mean, you left two tanks. One of them is still there. That's just how bad this fight has gone. The Stalkers were just not fighting at the front. Now all the Phoenix are dead. Now the base is dead. Now Gerald probably is dead. Down about 30 armies, or 3 times the army supply of Byun. Byun's third base now on to location. It is a Terran that is going to be up a base. It is a Terran that is up inordinate supply. And the Bio stims forward once again. I don't think this we're going to call this the third base now. I don't think this goes up. Widowmines, a couple of them are going to get lifted. They're just going to get shots off. The last of these Phoenix, they're dead. And, well, that just keeps, honestly, that just keeps the Widowmine alive. Gerald says, GG, good luck in the GSL. And Byun, Max Packs will be your finals today.